Hey everybody, it's Patty here with the reading today for Virgo for September 2017. Happy birthday, Virgo! And I hope you all are enjoying the summer, the rest of it that we have in front of us. And I hope that you're going to be enjoying your birthday as it comes up. We had a solar eclipse yesterday, and so you may be feeling some of those energies, a lot of changes. Okay, so anyway, I already did my prayers and I cut the cards, dealt them, laid out the spread, and let's get started with your reading. But again, Virgo, thank you so much for all the views, the shares, the likes, the comments. I appreciate all of it. The energy that we got, that I got for you at the bottom of your deck was Oba, okay? So this talks about having a fighting spirit, all right? That's the overall energy of the reading. It talks about false friends, jealous people around you. Talks also about leaving something behind. Attention to detail, perfections. When we know that you're a perfectionist, Virgo. Also talks about a faithful girlfriend or boyfriend or lover. So maybe you've met someone new. But they seem like they may be a good person for you. So just be aware of that. Someone that you may be starting to see. Again, be careful of false friends and jealous people. There's a lot of movement ahead, and there's also leaving things behind. Okay, so first card that came up in their reading was the Earth. Okay, and this talks about opportunities, travel, healing. Lots of options. You have all of the air, fire, water, earth. All are represented in the Earth card, okay? So this talks about moving, being introduced or moving around influential people, favorable outcomes, making fast, sincere decisions, possible pregnancy. So if you're not trying to be pregnant or get somebody pregnant, be careful of that. So that was the first card representing yourself. So you're concerned about opportunities for yourself, healing, options. You're also concerned about your mother figure. Okay. You're thinking about moving, but favorable outcomes. So that's what you're looking for, favorable outcomes. And the card that was covering your next card was the Seven of Fire. And this is standing up to criticism, right? Fighting your fears, standing up to criticism. Also talks about standing up to enemies, avoiding danger rather, and heroic actions on your part. Having your feet on solid ground, and having pride in your abilities and in your talent. So you feel like you can stand up for yourself. Okay, so maybe you've done some growing up over these past few months, this past year, Virgo, and feeling confidence in yourself. This card here is the enslaved prisoner. Now, some of you then are feeling like you're stuck. Feeling like you were stuck, like you were under someone else's thumb. Also felt like you were surrounded by crooks, by unscrupulous people. You've been doing a lot of thinking, Virgo, and you've been praying. You're waiting for messages. Um, this card may also talk about leaving a job, getting laid off from work, a temporary unemployment. They also talk about gossiping, defamation of character. All right. So again, false friends, phony people around you, maybe even at your place of work. Talks about being laid off, fired, losing your job, but it's only a temporary situation, and you may be better off. Okay, the next card you got was the Sun reversed. Okay, Sun talks about, this card normally would look like this, but it's reversed. This talks about perhaps you recently returned from a vacation, Virgo. It talks about slow progress, a little depression. You feel you've been treated unjustly. But again, this is just a phase. The sun will come out. The sun will come out. All right? This is just a phase. Just a phase. But you're learning a lesson. And it talks about changing jobs. Also talks about a lack of energy. So maybe you went on vacation, you have a little jet lag. Okay, maybe you went on vacation, you came back, and you found out that the job that you thought that they were going to hold for you wasn't being held. You're feeling depressed about that. Don't let it get you down, Virgo. You probably were better off. Okay, because the place that you may have been working, intuitively I'm getting the idea that maybe the places that you were working or the people that you were working around weren't the most scrupulous people, and it's better for you to not be in that environment. It's a safer place for you to be away from there. Okay, but we're gonna, keep praying about that. Speaking of which, prayer. Next card you got was the Four of Fire. Okay, and this is talking about ancestors. It's talking about praying. This is talk about making offerings to your ancestors. This also talks about you being concerned, Virgo, about making your family proud, and also learning about faith, the importance of faith, and how you can use your faith to move ahead. Okay, so certain things that have gone on over the past year may have gotten you to the point where you think that you need to brush up on your spiritual life, your spiritual side, and that's what's concerning you. And again, you're concerned about your mother, a maternal figure in your life, and so then again, that's being concerned about family, your ancestors. All right. Now the next card you got was Shango. Shango in the reverse. And this is Shango in the right side. Very strong man. Okay. He's the warrior. He is an authority figure. Okay. He's a soldier. Strong. Heroic. Someone for you to look up to. Right? But he's in the reverse. And so in the reverse, I'm getting the feeling that this person is an authority figure for you, Virgo, but and he may be the supervisor at your job. So he could be a father, he could be a supervisor at your job, your boss. But it seems that you're upset with this person, you feel disappointed. You found out that a lot of things that you thought they're full of bluster. So this is talking about loss of respect for a male authority figure. So again, this may have something to do with your concern about your mother. Again, it also may be about your job, the supervisor there. And this doesn't necessarily have to be a man. If they're talking about authority figure, supervisor, employer, whoever is an authority figure over you. But in relation to your concern about your mother that came up here and here, this may be the reason for it if there's a father figure involved. But you're not being happy about your job or feeling like you're enslaved, okay? Feeling like you're under someone else's thumb and control, and you may have lost the job that I'm feeling like they promised you your job when you went on vacation. When you came back, the job was gone, and so therefore now you have a negative outlook about this person who's your supervisor, okay? Because you couldn't rely on their word. Basically, they lied to you, okay? Or they didn't have enough nerves or balls or whatever to tell you that they weren't going to hold the job for you for whatever reason. But it's neither here nor there. It's a temporary situation. Came home from vacation. Maybe, again, you still may have jet lag. You may still be tired from your vacation. But whatever it is, you're not feeling too happy about the people that you're working with. And if for some reason you do lose your job or you do get laid off, it is a temporary situation, Virgo. Okay? So, the next card you got was Messages from Fire. And this is about changes and growth and passion, transformations, good energy, good health, love, sexuality. Okay, so things are looking up. All right, and we know fire is a sign for Sagittarius, and you have a fire sign. Not just Sagittarius. My goodness, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. So there's some fire energy here in the Message from Fire, and there's fire energy here in the Four of Fire, and the Sun is hot, so that's a little fire energy. You also have the Seven of Fire, that's also fire energy, okay? And Shango, the warrior, I would think that he would be a powerful, fiery figure. So there's a lot of fire around you. Maybe the people that you're concerned about, the father figure, the mother figure, the employer, supervisor, maybe they're Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and that could be why you've got all of this fire around you. But it's also, again, fire is talking about change, transformation, moving from one thing to another, things heating up and things calming down. So you may feel like you're under a lot of stress. You may be feeling the heat. And you may be feeling passion. You may be feeling love. Okay, we spoke about fertility, pregnancy. So be careful what you're doing there, Virgo. Okay, unless you're trying to make a baby, you might need to be careful about that. Okay? All right, so the next card that you had was another message, a message from the air. Okay? And this card talks about keeping your promises. Your promises not only to others, but your promises to yourself. All right? This talks about communication, okay? And completing your task at work, okay? There are great prospects for the work that you do to get noticed in a positive way. All right? It also talks about being dependable. So be able to be reliable at your job. It also talks about the protection of a mother. So you're concerned about your mother, and your mother is concerned about you. She's protecting and she's praying for you. All right? So feel confident in that. And if your mother's already transitioned over, she is working for you on the other side. She's an ancestor now, okay? But you know that whether your mother's here or she's made a transition, you can talk to her, you can speak to her, and you can tell her what you want. All right? She's there with the ancestors, and she loves you, and she is willing to help you, but you have to ask. especially if you're a person that hasn't been too interested in your spiritual life, and she's not going to intervene or impose herself on you too much. But if you ask for her help and you ask for her prayers, you ask for her assistance, you ask for her to open your paths, your mother will do whatever it is that she can do, whatever she can do to help you, Virgo, she will. She's more than willing and more than able to help you. Okay, so the next message, the next card that you got was card of undies and mermaids. Okay, so this talks about things that lay at the bottom of the ocean. Okay, this is about a Olokun. A Olokun, again, she concerns herself with everything, actually, because no one knows what lies underneath the sea at the bottom of the ocean, right? That's what the Yoruba say about Olokun. So Olokun controls all of that. This card in this reading for you is talking about doctors, therapists, healers. It talks about spirituality. It talks about also maybe you need to take a spiritual bath of some sort, or maybe you need to go and bathe in salt water. All right. Maybe when you were on vacation, you did do that. You did have a chance to bathe in the salt water, and if you didn't, that's a good thing. But if you can, if you're near salt water is very healing. It's rejuvenating. You have to be careful when you get into it, because if it gets in your eyes, it'll burn and all. But it is really a reawakening, okay, and a healing thing. But if you're not able to get near salt water, I would suggest that you take a spiritual bath or some type of a bath with sea salts, which you can buy at the store. If not, you can get sea salt itself, put it into your bath water, put some Florida water. Okay, we talked about Florida water before. Put Florida water in the tub when you take a bath, and that is good. Again, that's also good for your ego. Okay, whenever you want to speak to them, put a little bit of Florida water on the back of your neck or on your forehead. Rub it on your arms and embrace yourself and talk to your ancestors in that manner, Virgo. But I'm seeing here that the temporary negativity that's around you, and even from taking those travels and going on vacation, and because you have people around you who may be jealous and envious, you may want to take a nice bath of some salt water and cleanse yourself off and relax yourself. So when you get in the tub, you fill it up. Don't stay in the tub any more than 21 minutes or so. And while you're in the tub, say your prayers. Whatever prayers you say, talk to your ancestors, tell them to help you, tell them to clean you, tell them to remove whatever negativity is around you, whatever bad vibrations people are tossing towards you. Just, ask them not to. Ask the ancestors to protect you. Ask them to embrace you. Ask them to show you more about your faith. Okay? Tell them to give you more information. Okay? Do some research. Do some praying. Do some talking. Talk to the people around you. Talk to your family members about their spiritual lives. Start to look into that part of yourself, Virgo. I think that would be a good thing for you going forward, is starting to embrace the spiritual side of life. Okay? The next card that you got was Message from the Earth. So you got a message from the earth, a message from the fire, a message from the air. That's a lot. Okay, and we have water represented in this reading also. So there's fire, all of the elements. Again, the world, the earth. This is a good reading, Virgo. This message from the earth, talking about prosperity. It's talking about seeds planted, positive news regarding connections, growth in your wealth, your savings, and more money ahead. This talk about making good investments, frugal spending, pride in hard work, success, fame, fortune, and dependability. So, again, you made connections maybe when you were on vacation, or you've made connections over time. You've planted positive seeds. There's prosperity coming because of those positive seeds that you've planted. And there's good news. You are dependable, or you're seen as being a dependable person. Okay, we spoke about that earlier. All right. So whatever reason that you did not retain this job, or you feel like maybe you're in danger of losing your job or whatever, don't worry about that. Even if you have to get a new job, you will get another job pretty quickly, and you will be able to prove yourself as a dependable person. Okay, or the people who are hiring, you already know that you're a dependable person. Okay, whatever this little kerfuffle is with these people, that was again because of jealousy. Okay, and because of crookedness. And sometimes when there's crooked stuff going on around you, you may not see it, but when you have your mother, your father, someone behind you, praying for you, looking out for you, they can move you from that situation and bring you, and with their prayers, not physically going and getting your locker and opening it up and taking you off the job, no, but with their prayers and with their positive energy, sending it out to you so that you can be protected and you can be blessed, so that whatever criminality or negativity is going on at that place of business doesn't touch you. All right, because we don't want to leave ourselves in a position. But sometimes when we're so busy working and, you're trying to see the best in people, working on just your part of the work, being so meticulous and being so precise in what you want to do, that could, make other people uncomfortable, especially when they're crooks. Okay? So be grateful that you've had your mother or your female family member, or even this new love, this faithful girlfriend or boyfriend, whomever, Virgo. Someone who's praying for you, who's looking out for you, who is trying to give you positive information, positive feedback. They are protecting you, and you need to be grateful to your ancestors and to that person, that parental figure, that maternal parental figure who is keeping you in her prayers. All right. And the last little card that came up in the reading for you was Five of Fire. And this is talking about a hard, tiresome struggle. Do not let yourself be corrupted by fame or by money, Virgo. Your opponents are coming at you, but you can use the same weapons against them. Be careful. Be clever. Trust your intuition. Fight fairly but wisely. Use your talents and your tools. You will have the victory in this situation. All right? And when I was going to do this reading, when I first was thinking about you, Virgo, there's this old song that I'm sure not many people know or remember. There's this guy, his name was Wayne Newton, and he used to sing the song "Daddy, Don't You Walk So Fast," and it was talking about a relationship that was coming to the end, and the man had decided he was going to leave his wife and his child, or his children, and he started to walk towards the train station or to catch the bus wherever he was going. And the song was about him hearing his little girl behind him saying, "Daddy, don't you walk so fast. Slow down, son. You're making me run." And he didn't know how to tell her that he wasn't coming back, that he was planning on leaving, and that he had already made up his mind to just leave his wife and his family and never return again. And the refrain of the song was, "Daddy, don't you walk so fast. Daddy, slow down, son. You make me run. Daddy, don't you walk so fast." Because she was a little innocent girl, and she had no idea that her father was not coming back. But ultimately, he rethought his decision because his daughter was so innocent and so loving. This is the song that was going on in my head the whole time until just now when I started to do this reading. So maybe this is about a father leaving a family, and that's why you're not too keen on paternal figure right now, besides the boss. You know, maybe the father's leaving home, or maybe he has left home, or maybe you've been disappointed in a father figure who's left, Virgo. And if that's the case, just be aware that, again, your ancestors are aware of that, your maternal figure is aware of that, and they're working together hand in hand to just try to make it all right for you, okay? Eventually you will forgive that person, that father figure, or that paternal figure, who may have disappointed you or hurt you. But right now, you're not there yet. But you will be, because you're a loving person, Virgo, and you are sweet. But you know, you have a standard, and you are very, strict about things, and sometimes it's hard to always live up to your expectations. The rest of us have a hard time living up to your expectations, because you're such an honorable person. And you can be a little innocent about the ways of the world, especially if you're young. But as time goes on, you will come to understand things, why things happen the way they do with people, with couples. And you'll be able to make decisions about that relationship that you'll have with that father. That's a separate relationship than your parents have with one another, and you don't have to take on the energy of whatever negativity it is that is going on between those people. You don't have to take it upon yourself. But for right now, if your father did some boneheaded stuff, or some tacky things, or he hurt your mother, and you feel like right now you just need to keep your distance, or whatever, and you're free to do that. You have that option. You have a free will. But just know that sooner or later, you need to come to some type of a reconciliation about that. We don't have to take on our parents' battles, okay? And most decent parents, most good parents, most parents, when they're not in their own feelings. And every time, everybody's human, so sometimes people get into their own feelings. But most parents don't want you to have resentment about the other parent just because the two of them aren't getting along, all right? And as you get older and as you grow, you learn, okay? Nobody's perfect. People make mistakes. And so we have to be willing to forgive them as we would want to be forgiven for our sins. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that, Virgo. Anyway, so again, people make decisions in romantic relationships that don't always work out well for other people in their family, especially their children. And when people decide that they're going to stop seeing one another or get a divorce or whatever, it's hurtful, for the kids. But those are decisions that people make based on, what they have to live with. And remember, after children grow up, parents are left to looking at each other like, okay, so now what? So if they are not getting along too well, then it may be a good idea for them not to remain together, even though some people do remain together for the sake of the children. But in my opinion, I don't think that that's a very good tactic all the time. I think the children do better when their parents are happy, rather than people just trying to stay together for appearance's sake or for the sake of kids, okay? So anyway, that was the reading that I got for you today, Virgo, and the cards that we used, of course, as usual, they are the Tarot of the Orisha by Zerlock and Durkheim. All right. And so now we're going to just see if the Romance Angel Oracle cards have anything else to share with you about this reading, Virgo. All right. So, right. Do we have any messages? The Romance Angel Oracle cards are by Doreen Virtue. Okay. Dear spirits, do we have any messages for our Virgo brothers and sisters out there? It is their birth month, the end of August into September. So we want to know, do we have any messages for the month of September for Virgo 2017? September for the sign of Virgo 2017. Any messages? Any messages for the sign of Virgo, dear spirits? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, a Romance Angel card. Romance Angel. Okay. Alrighty then. So, the card that came out for you today, Virgo, was playfulness. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youth spirit of fun to shine. Okay? Talking about having fun. So, let's see the message that is in the guidebook for playfulness. And it says, the Romance Angel cards are, the Romance Angels are cherubs who embody all things romantic and who have a happy, youthful sense of playfulness. They delight in the wonders of love and ask you to do the same. Angels want to help you fall back in love with life again by guiding you to enjoy yourself. This comes from a spirit of joy and adventure. So we talked about vacations, enjoying it. The angels ask you, when was the last time you had fun? If you don't remember, then it's long overdue for you to add some playtime into your schedule. The angels say that fun is a necessity, not a luxury. The activity can be free such as exploring nature, joining a community sports team, or trying something new. Playfulness is a good investment in your time, and it will renew your energy levels and elevate your mood. Okay, so any little depression that you were feeling, that we talked about, playfulness may be the answer to that, may be the key. Playtime is essential in relationships too, to keep the free-spirited components of dating alive. Plan regular date nights with your partner. Take turns creatively planning fun activities such as miniature golf, karaoke, walking through a flower garden, or flying kites together. All right, Virgo. So, in this relationship you have with this person, that's a faithful lover, faithful girlfriend, boyfriend. Well, you want to keep that relationship alive. You want to invest time in it, and you want to, find time to be playful, find time to have fun. Do those things, again, that don't cost a lot of money, but can be very fun. I mean, I know it's expensive now to even go to a movie. It's like $22 just to walk in the door for two people, and that might be low. So yeah, you need to find things to do. Bicycle riding, skating, walking in the nature, going to church with your partner. Maybe the spiritual the part of you that needs to be tapped into. You can go to church. Church is free. They may ask for an offering, but you don't have to put it in. You can go to church, and most churches, I believe, and spend that time. That could be fun. All right, going swimming, enjoying yourself, enjoying your youth is what I'm being told. Enjoy your youth. Stop being so serious all the time, and stop being worried about stuff. Don't take on other people's stuff, other people's junk on yourself. Worry about your own life path. Worry about your own soul salvation, and let the fathers and the mothers and the other people around you, let them work out their own. Okay? Stay away from unscrupulous people. Even if they're your employer, your supervisors, your co-workers, you feel that kind of energy, try to get out of there as soon as you can. You don't have to wait for somebody to lay you off or fire you. You can start putting in your resume, putting out your applications, getting the word out with the connections that you may make, okay, as you're working, and see if you can find yourself somewhere else to work so you can get away from this negativity. All right? But this is a good reading for you, Virgo. Anyway, I hope it resonated with you, and if it didn't, please share it, like it, subscribe to the channel, and if it did, resonate with you, please like it, subscribe, make comments at the bottom, let me know what's going on. Happy birthday again. And let your friends know about these readings, and share it with them. And I look forward to talking to you again in October. So enjoy the rest of your summer, and I'll see you for your October readings. As always, amen, ashe, alafia. Bye. Peace.